could be answered with our quantity, some no such
a day. My mother, when you have a trainer, be a home from a Tom opinion. But chase him out of office. I know it. And now, this is we all know
politics here, numbers game.
Yeah.
Say, Ubi Tuntas corners on your party bar. Yeah. Nick Canon, I say, and come by Nick Canon, so your strategic cacra. Yeah. So, yeah. What can I say? What can I say? At the end of the one, 2 up mile. Yeah, my bad. And was 1 penny panel, legitimate. Yeah. But also for crime, Papa. Yeah. Because you try. Timunko. Some assembly members and assembly members also pay in the board. Mamma, enforcement, the Koyoke, who's a Praguesi or Mutus. But what kind of story no what delegate just a mabunu much immune too. You saw me MPP for Pano, I'm not quite attack you, some party banana. So I'm going to see you. And I say, Mabunu part 2 for a combination of other political parties. Only see DC there. Oh, yeah, but as I'm not sure again. And you tell delegate into us. I mean, I see how we are free home. I knew page 70 on young quay. You ever say it was with the 9 times I say, I know, and now which you must say, yes, you know, like I say, to see Honoma now a day share a man sabunum. Na amagana so yeshe ho FAB na wabra yeshe ho F no professor Kwasi Opoku amankwa no epani pa e de ma GS no kasa ye o de etu edwa awuchi mu demonstration ene ho ensem no na ho ebehia se betima hwe ni pa sanse ya na enya de eda from fa kese etoda e mai bi ebu wo mo ensa atete ya da wo mo efam no bo no ma kese enani nyina mu no na yashe be edwa ne si ya ga Bibia in ye, so Bana mre, what bre, Obu Hatch said, Jason, ever really said, or you be a ye, Nina, you know, be a hard game, Sabre do say ya, say Bia, or Babuni and Fisher do what you need to say, and in the jar and chen. We see where the first one, a bit to me, Abwa one more, our forces on them, now wow, here, Ubu all cried, he did a bunisa, as ye, we mean what we are. Did I need a Any a some year bunisa, and Yadia within the Diane, you hear me. There be Sabre Paul Bunisano, and also Crocro or Barnum, or two was now her, maybe our palm was here, now they a mano, nor the end who ye, now maybe I come. It's in there, no, and who ever has a menstruation once every hack and year pa. Now it's me abwa, now first to say, Ikim was a church and my young banner for Frono, come before so boon, Sabit Messi, or who's a walk out school them no bunisa. Na school for no change me man no twetwe ho e basa na se abaya no aye basa eti obu nse ofie no na maame no ejakra betima chekere no wa pepa de kama na ade ama no na etimi abore bibia ekoso kama diti ne awafo na mo twemu firi mo yire mo ho no ese mo hwe ne yie enye kra na eno so etimi eboa menstrual hygiene ambassador was I breast care ambassador so account
ADBFM ma be
a my DD or professor on ya de no fa so ya de
two who was be boa ma
kwamna persist to story bi ho who's the president of Austria was the president calls for global action to tackle climate change now what kind of story now was the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has reiterated the commitment of his government to integrate climate action into Ghana's national development agenda. He said government are taking the policy decision to implement coordinated program of economic and social development policies from 2017 to 2022. Speaking at the R20 Austrian World Summit on Climate Change on Tuesday, the president revealed that local assemblies in Ghana had been mandated to address climate change issues in their medium-term development plans. According to President Akufo-Addo, the Paris Agreement and the Sustainable Development Goal 13, which demanded urgent action to combat climate change and its impact, was providing the framework for Ghana to forge ahead in this direction.
Omampedi Addo Dankwa enso akasa kratafeto su edusia e what times mo eno and I would say Omampedi eko R20 Austrian World Summit on climate change ase na wabra Omampedi ekasa no na wodi etu edwa awuchim say wi mu sachara edwumade no ya ade bia ehu ye papa na pepenso wi ase nyina kwakoju no ehu ebehia say betime ede nhye pa ede egu fam na etime bose de be ya wi mu sachara ye no hu sunsuanso wapa mo nensa e wo se yensa kanim nye bone no eno ada wuchim se toda eno mahudo bia yankasa nimpa ne ye no eno eka ho bie na etoda ma wi mu sachara sa na amansuanso bone ede aba itama Ghana say de wuchim se dayapono so pampanifo ene abre e wo ho se wi mu sachara de mo fa eni agro hwe etimi etu ho anamo yie na etimi aboa Ghanaian Times ene anopa ebu
Ghanaian Times ye wi ne ye na chi won say the bia end afoforo enra say na menstrual hygiene day na ene International Day of UN peacekeepers.
Okay.
No back page. Now say Ghana joins United Nations missions across the globe today to mark International Day of UN peacekeepers with a wreath-laying ceremony at the forecourt of Parliament House in Accra. The day offers opportunity to member countries to pay tribute to the uniformed and civilian personnel's invaluable contribution to global peace and security. More than 3,800 peacekeepers have lost their lives serving under the flag since 1948, including 98 last year. Two Ghanaians, Corporal Mercy Adekye and Deputy Commissioner of Police Francis Sami Kofi, lost their lives in peacekeeping operations and were among the 119 peacekeepers honored posthumously by the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres at the UN headquarters in New York last Friday.
Yo, ebusuya back page no ewo air times mo and obo amane say so UN mission say de nyina ye ne omo eka abomu na International Day of UN peacekeepers no yeso ya hye ho fa bi ewo oman mu no na wo chim say Parliament House enim honom and I just say the engineering the ebeto FM the akai asrafo aja and so omo no bambu mo dwumaku mpanifo bi a umutu no esi hono ma na mo de eboa UN adwuma no ko wiase na mo ahwe mo kwana no so ye de akai wo mo like I said the wo chire mu a peacekeepers no be 3,800 and I just say wo mo ahwe wo mo enkwa enye asemkuma akra afi twa mu kura akra no mo be de okuno enwotwe de na mo so eka ho ebi Corporal Mercy Adekye and afi so Frank Sami Kofi no so prosini omo ina so ehwe wo mo enkwa aba no operation bi ekoso ntisana mu tu ya fofi antota na wadware eye abamo no pedifo etimi hwese de be ya betimi aboa na yetimi akai wo mo na koso aso ahye eye bambo dwumaku no enkran ni ahye wo mo eden wo so etimi ayiro mo na adwuma wo mo eye no wo metimi efri opepɛ mu wo metimi aye ne sa ama na aboa back page no so our times no ade aba ene anope.
Yes, Waja Dam no see be maybe a good baby. I say Bagri Dam or Burkina Faso. And see I be na Stanley man take a Ghana Water Company. Which much Accra. Stanley watch you.
Yo, yeah.
Mini na boko de.
Yes, I do.
Ye de nyame ase. Ye da sa no penso waje bre na be din komo.
Yo, me so no ase.
Ye nya no ntia no pense Waja Dam no ye bibie na there will be some spillages next we dey chechim kakra che ho asem ti san.
Yo, me da se. Say Osha. Every year be do instobrea. Aya na yen sutin na no de ka oni nya level so na no nya aya na ekoso. Na yen sutin na no ga na yam. Yen dam no reservoir, yen Waja dam no reservoir. Am tini store nsuo. Na yetini etitima amount another na from mo throughout the year. Na say it do sap and so ya na dam no ayema. The dam so it was some level here everything contained within the dam. Beyond that level, no, na amadam na shit kaka. Yantini anshini here everything ebubu dam egu. Until say do sa a level na your friend Diago was say excess water no. It's me ebogu. Because yambongu one everything ebu dam no. Ebu dam na. Omo sit down stream area holding Makati Hill lower homina ebi krapo air bus akaman ene da so manyina no ahwe ya ebiti bugu enya sam kitwa kra enunti ana say and also ebiti bugu kuma manfo say properties na no be ka ho no it also mean say a greater part of Accra which are S7 will be without water over a long period until you think it's dam of fufu. And she said, "She's her reasons here in nature say, and what's a dam no idiago. One, we wouldn't want to lose lives, we wouldn't want to lose property, and I don't think to say we can afford say maybe for 4, 5, 6 years no part of Accra and about 50% of Accra will be without water. And no, she said, "Do my friend say, then do I go cry? You get through gates no." Ama nsuno it mean for no kwan so boko akugu epono. Se see am no can say yen level no about 46.6 cost 7 alopay. Now, safe operating level no 47 feet. Now 46.6 and 47. Now in so one for the nature say we can go beyond the 47 feet in no time. And until I hear about amount for cocoa, say you do start and so I will say a big spill this right in so now excess water no 18 co. And only cocoa hear about amount for a boy of modern abu ubia amane or more much the municipal assembly itself, unit committee leaders, assemblymen, the chiefs now area any opinion leaders all in mama ya both head teachers and no come on here. Yeah, expect to say almost all my country almost school for. So my parents and teachers say that air course so they should be able to inform their parents that the GWCL in the next few days now will open their spill gates for excess water for the dam no as Tele Akubu Epuno. Until the challenges now it comes every year no, they are bound to face those challenges again. We are hoping say a omnibeda now omitting it if you want. And I said, before how we can get about home by so it's me and son, it's me a be so good. Until at some of so for the past 15, I mean, from time immemorial, every year, Biano, we keep reminding people who live downstream of the challenges and the dangers are a shame. But unfortunately, the population in that area keeps increasing rather year by year. Apart from that, for amount for the whole HCC are dying and another can still with all these challenges that we talk about. And well, yen as a company, anything about it than to inform them of the dangers ahead. Now, omitting I also it's about not move for money, any national security. So, a boom, the meeting for instance. Actually, now in solo, in solo, a committee for no, it's to me, at the Jimmy, expect to say, the excess water will flow freely into the sea, never have a but how I want to say, we can't tell the future. So we are just being proactive and taking precautionary measures so that a more motivated to hold more of our lives, it will danger or meeting actual movie. In that summer, I will hold an opinion.
Stanley, Mamusa Asamba community and Sani Atwaso. Let's say, it's becoming an annual ritual. Say, Amphibia Dunes to Tobima, say, and Yabekasa say, and Kofa and Cruchy land in Intino, Yabetu or for no much of Luana. The following year, as any Panaswa increase near Queen, Ghana Water Company, Muntimin 2 and a Mobin Casse, you to say Assassin, a Yadia, in Tiampin Mubi and sit down, I will have a fast village Biaba.
So, we share. And yes, I started on the Ayan Sutine and Yakupon, Aman of Quaya and Namaso by the Kuku Epunum. In Tisa, and Yamadia and Yawodia. Yakupon, the son will criticize a quino, Ama Isono, Ama Echo. Yankasadia up to the level of the dam, no, and I can hear because the dam is supposed to be, the dam is not supposed to, but the dam is a reservoir. It means the store issue. Made me abstract a treaty for the people of Accra throughout the year. Such as and beyond the dam, no, and Shada and yesterday. But because Yanni Nipa the year Juma La Novita Hunti, and Nuntinaya, you want him, you say, Yene, a month for Kasai, 2 months for Nanovika, because they Nipa and such as here. But Osha, for a very long time, yes, I say you realize the population was on 8 increases as a year can 17. Population keeps increasing in that area on a daily basis. Meanwhile, Omuntini and Kase, they don't know the dangers involved. And now, they have never heard, we've been talking about this thing during the course of all these years. So, just, Unti, Ayana, a hard drink. Because Nipa, for we add some human face to it, and nothing here, Pomoka, there was a year. But seriously, a car in managing the area beyond the dam to the sea, you know, so I can even think that you never PU. And Jimmy said,
and I know, may suggest to say, I am a permanent solution to the problem. Said the because I fear the challenges ne cause because we know because we be to as well be see that.
A permanent solution to the problem is for people not to live in the buffer zone. The buffer zone, every river has its own course.
In that case, in Stanley,
buffer zone, if you don't build in the buffer zone, a man in Sono Coin says, no matter how a better it won't have any impact on anybody. But if you are building on the river course and you are building on the buffer zone now, obviously in Sono breaking the bounds, it will have an impact on you.
And today, I'm more years that the young phone sit down was our coin so.
A municipal assembly also making sure that people do not build in the course of the river and on the in the buffer zone.
Now, much me I'll let you say, look, yeah, down on
of the assembly, permanent representative, our assembly knows, and these are reports and cautions we've been giving them all the time, and they are aware. We under normal circumstances. And I was saying, catch up and say people are building in the course of the river into Coast of Woman. It is not our duty.
There be say Mudi and say Ghana Water Company mu manage dam no. Nemo bibia ebema modwuma no enko yie no. You have to work on it until say the next agency you want to the next department you want to say.
That is why we caution them. But it is their duty to do what they have to do. So
that
we
is
support them. We support them. But again, say, and we don't have to be talking about this issue on an annual basis.
Exactly. And they say
there are certain times that 8 months a year we spill. So that when we have heavy rains now, 6 to 8 months of the year we spill excess water continuously. Such as it. But who say sometimes a month for a sit down with soon in soon time, who see the trussel. So people just flout the rules with impunity.
And at the end of the day, a cover basis say, every now by you do here come some young of assembly when you didn't come on pay. And see what is your outfit doing? Send your bayas adi say intimate for minimize the kakra at least.
We can only send them the information and alert them say there are dangers involved in what they are doing. And that's exactly what we have been doing in the past 15 to 20 years or so. But
it's not yielding any positive results.
What else can we do? We don't have the money to go and destroy people's homes. Our mandate is to treat water for the people of Accra and people of the country.
Now, Stanley, what do you want to say year in, year out? Say, and next village, maybe a 20 next year with my 24 because people will continue to encroach the land. Hello?
Now, a natural, in so a Yakupon, I said, a Yakupon may you. See, when they are rains, we don't have control over it. We also cannot say the money so no. In any case, so no talk a good news for us because then we are able to tell that we have enough water in our dam, a reservoir. So to treat for the people of Accra throughout the year. So it is somehow good news for us. But the bad news, let's say, show the excess water now, properties and lives may be lost. And that is why we keep talking about these things. Because even if we lose a soul, so in this process now, what that soul can do for a mother Ghana in the near future, we don't know. And that is why we are telling people, let us live right. Let us do the right stuff. And so, who said, this thing happens, but it shouldn't happen.
But it's happening.
I can't see how I can sweat to make some money and then build in a buffer zone or in the course of a river, knowing the dangers and the implications. So, and see, seriously, I mean, I can't think far.
Stalima Tanope Yadase. Salama take Kasama Ghana Water Company near Ten can come and say, Adena ABPO.
You can't think far.
You can't think far.
So now, it was a collaboration between Ghana Water and the Assembly.
And the District Assembly. And I'm Municipal Assembly.
That's it.
I know Ghana Water, according to Salima, the said Ghana Water Moyo Mudia. Now, Assembly na India. Now, me, Media, when you wouldn't be able to Assembly.
I'm
if you say, by I am for Assembly, I only have a free. What is your
outfit? Like actually, I prince now with Jafona. Like no almost so edin common. We can add it in the top, and the beer, the
same problem.
Yes, solve it. Yeah, I can't once a man.
It's only tip enough for your refuge. You trust the lean that and one for your coin, sir.
We have been able to go next Kakle Guhore, Sadia Kurum. Okay, hard drain.
Of our little uncle, or more Senka before, during, and after disaster. Now, before the entire home, this assembly CV. Now, we never question Musan Sena. More you remember any sense? Oh, yeah, any partner. The Mumbati and car, somebody see a Moti and car. Papa de see a Monty and Canty, a boy took off awful. Now, as of market, yes, she, and a Musa market, you who so Jessica, what you start, did you did Juma? Yeah. On coffee, because they don't have social life. What now I do you man coffee into Ben one home. I am to move for say quam for so no and we also fast to do so ye. No do any we are, but when also we do no. In fact, say the other no and say stove say gas or say electric JBB also used to be on and home row on namu this one. So I talk with church on so and they she and so that move for aba. See
for the end of the
young coach upon in any sunny Abibu so and train common who's a security expert or some analyst, a count for security home. You be sending your message on or dream home saying. So Bekaya, I mean Kaigana for Yana, quite fast mean for Kurucha and go 14 Janatino. And say Anna Chassi. Near Cosa and go for Cratch say, okay, I Minister of Defense about how be doing. I say, I saw also belong to one of the factions. And but sending on the by virtue of birth, you wouldn't see. Young Kwang saying Abibu did you come? Abibu watching more carbon pay. Yeah, we need a book all day. We'll go home with another say, and yet, and Yamanko.
Your manager is our name. Ghanaian, your manager. And you were almost towards the end of fasting. So, yes, you're finishing hard.
I had a muhian Yamaho, you need the strength of God, you know. Allah will see you through.
Amen.
Eja no pay dey frɛ wanya bɔ na chipon insensem ya na ya dwundwen ho ana se obi yi aso twese wo kan ye si Ghana mre bi a twetwa ya na ntidi mpanifo bi twetwa won ti won mfi no se ya na ba se du ba bi ase pe omampani so ma na homene so but ministers ni ade di hu dwuma ni ade but almost is not enough as a security analyst wo hwɛ ne ekoso ya are people writing calling for the president say omrem no obamu a obamu san
did I say check on the issue no me follow keenly. In fact, me were Madam Fu on the ground all mommy information. Indeed, already on social media, me through a number of extremely gory images. In some cases of severed heads. Severed limbs, and it was very disturbing. On the hill of that, the Northeast Regional Minister, Honorable Solomon Boa, or issue a statement to the fact that pictures, ebumu and yet chaponi, but other sources cross-checking with indicate a free chaponi. The efforts to are very disturbing and nipe by the day. And so put the right strategies on the ground, taking into consideration the fact that similar occurrences has happened in the past. You can regret the way you handle cases. At the time, the crisis, reached crescendo somewhere in 2001, 2002. Now, Interior Minister or Accra, Honorable Malik, or they beat Bibian Koso, exaggerations, and in the end, who they So, downplay the seriousness, the gravity of the Ekosu or Champion. In the end, you very regretted. There were serious issues our Champion. Unfortunately, for years on end, the way I approach that issue, and then get Champion in media.
other conflict hotspots, the way I approach, and why me Kasa as a conflict and mediation analyst. I mean, me understanding some of these conflict situations. Conducting a number of research into a lot of conflicts in Ghana, and Usha, the approach, the traditional security buga approach, what I mean is imposition of state of emergency, imposition of curfew, deployment of soldiers, any police force, and immediately the guns go silent. You feel it say, oh, we have solved the crisis. However, simmering tensions, grievances, so until you make it a conscious attempt to find sustainable, practical solutions to the echoes in many of these conflict hotspots, you best succeed in maintaining interim peace. But so in my honest opinion, as a member of the AU mediators role, I mean, in any part of Africa, there were issues of conflict at any time. I do understand some of these things, and I feel say, you bet to me manage this cause, because conflict there will be see bet to me solve there or transfer, because nipa there by nature, you were in a state of conflict always. But in some cases, for conflict, because conflict is all about disagreeing on an issue. But you focus on the fact that such disagreements degenerate into belligerence. Okay? So until complemented some uga security measures with social intervention to say youth ejuma attention to the issues of social exclusion, because from information I'm receiving, a lot of chocolates almost feel they've not been fairly treated. Maybe Ghanaians they bring almost drink chocolates here almost free Togo. In social science, the threats are social exclusion. All right, and a recipe for disaster. And my uncle classroom, Kakra, in conflict analysis and mediation, you use a number of theories. You see, onion, your theory be a friend of onion theory, and position, interest, need theory. So I would have onion there was the outer layer, it was inner layer, and it was the very core layer, deep inside. Who share conflict from the outer layer, then solve it from the outer layer, and yes, sustainable. Okay, but for conflict to be sustainable and conflict resolution to be sustainable, yes, solving from the very inner by taking into consideration social, economic, political, geographical underpinnings a cause conflict but we take from the outer layer of the onion, we solve it triggers and yet the causes. So in every conflict situation, you will trigger. All right, to say the cause war sharpony ntakwa over atasibi. Yes. Then uko alavanyo unkonya enusu atasi almost 1994 the Gomba war na Guinea fowl war. Fine. Maybe a Guinea fowl a trigger star ntakwano. But ushe deep inside a call beyond a Guinea fowl. So until you make it a conscious, deliberate, scientific effort to go to the very root causes of South conflict, always you make a and in Takwanu, enjoy. Usually, me training institutions on conflict management. Sometimes I sit with managers. Almost see sometimes who are workers are almost let me see on money example. Now see recently one of the two workers we omunkasa na obisom aden na munkasa or see the day I came to work, on the second day I came to work, and that person didn't greet me. And say na omunkasa no. Let me see. Okay, if you think that greeting no and that is the cause of that conflict, no, you are wrong. Maybe that no is the trigger factor. All right, but deep inside that. I bet you are beyond that no. So that can be applied to some conflict situation. A cause to what for you. Secondly, to me enough. So I know the terrain. I do understand how scattered.
The trigger factor no ewo say be ade can say 2 parcel of land kon money da gomba for there by so obi ne kowi obi confirm na no kwa dey so obi ne preko obi ne kowi obi nwura. Those things are trivial issues and he said it is our underlying current no and one frame what really bring about sanema no.
Let me see. There was some social, economic, political issues, all right? It's economic. Na United Nations Development Program 1994 issue document we are friend Human Development Report. Okay? Emma, the most important aspect of security, human security. Security to me concentrated at the very individual level. Actually, health and healthcare a security issue. Unemployment and no falling within economic security. Your community security. Your food security. Your environmental security. Your political security. A security at the very individual level. That's what I say. So, and yet all about Ntakwa and armed robbers attack any a hard security and a traditional security, but there was soft security. So you make an attempt to concentrate security at the individual level. It's based on the premise that you ensure you with security at the individual level in a manner that all access to basic necessities of life. To say to say healthcare, to say a journey, to say shelter, any idea, to me create peace within a country. Because many conflict situations where we are current, like your underlying issues are a creative frustration and disenchantment. So the big kakra to me trigger. So until revamping the human security at the moment, we conducting on research on that issue way, and so you revamping the human security department and what the national security secretariat issues with the because the last time we checked retired General Nunu Mensa now the head of the Human Security Department and one National Security Council. But in 2016, and since then, that department, we are sure that I am defunct. All right. So revitalize this department. So, maybe to addressing the human security needs of the people. Many of these conflict situations there,
one other factor so about Montani said Dominic Nichi, Minister of Defense, said on one company, and he being a concomba man and now account say Bishop from Biatuma Banan so on fee say and Yaman shed and Koy and send if you mun account when no saying.
You shared social media narrative and a number of sources that I contacted. ebimu omu alleged Dominic Nisiwul or complicit in the economy. A lot of chocolate. In fact, almost chocolate, almost feel Dominic Nisiwul or honest arbiter in that issue way. And Obitamia still, I need an iota of or a shred of evidence ever pointing Honorable Dominic Nisiwul to the economy. However, Anka Mia Honorable Dominic Nisiwul Anka may step it aside, not because of the fact that we are guilty of meddling in that issue, but just so the various parties to the conflict omu effect agenda omu trust, because Nita Mienu omu kwa then an arbiter comes in. If one side freely say no, arbiter no or your bias, the possibility say over any omu trust and our confidence and our commitment to start process no extremely less. So what I say. So in my honest opinion, Anka or step aside so you very far obia or you're neutral, all right, to bring the various stakeholders together and care. But my biggest issue with Honorable Dominic Nisiwul is the fact that I see the two parties almost smoky peace pipe when indeed at that very moment between the hours of 12 midnight and 5 a.m. till Omu attacking villages, Omu Kundipa, they are burning houses, silos, etc.
And
so the posture that seeks to downplay the severity of the economy is my only issue with Honorable Dominic Nisiwul.
Sani, you better answer no pay. You that's it.
Yo, Mr.
Sani Abib, security expert, as on your coming by Becca. I never can say, and Emma Nam so much idea about a to you. Yeah. Sometimes we do us and some way it doesn't make sense. So go question my 2 parcels of land. As I say.
No, because I like a munchim. No, we should have
be an faction be penny and go to legitimate officer and idea. But what you say, but underlying current in Ibiana and nuance in BB and to me and Koyi and the General Manasa. Until my said, where do you do so a president? It's me a bumpy. It's Lankas from Greeting Bar. Said a holiday in us from Greeting Bar, a general captain, as a Mojan, and a blaster coach, Kosiapia. Hey, one Akopenafi, any moba, what would you put but it's a headmaster or such a channel chair mathematics. Or a kid one to know it.
Emapeni Abedichi, Dr. Mamadou Baumia, and Oko airtime and cinema club, his friend of Menji, or more HSM and Penny Abedichi Double, you might take us a dear. One more Amano Kabumohine, Unity Chiefa, just said the Mampeni Abedichi Tabaumia, see a year Jumakra, a woman Monomontias, as the Rahan or Kawadia Boom said they may a month for the bedi, no, and no damn Penny Abedichi, the Comaso, just a month for the year. On that, or Cobasa Tempin Qua. Rams there be, I'm sure you my pa, or my penny Abedichi, a dear, that who be a secabumino, or more Edemana, Crata, so Eddie Honsam, Eddie Abacharo, but sorry to call it chair, a nim. Eki, much as a
Jan City's club properties.
It's the Ubisu to do for Matua, Eddie Mohadia. Now, as a moja chess, carry sport for them, the carry sports of one way, or Mobo Bono. I kept Munchanake.
435,000 euros. 435.
Would 35 no way.
Or say no lawyers are France and Mojan lawyer and say on to was enough to and I name
was seizing club no container, where 40 feet
container. So container, what is being Kunya be computers and no 435 million.
I didn't know my work on dinner.
Oh, yeah, office in Yamadi,
Maba, Manaquabe.
I name walk up on pay.
I said, I have a paper on the class. The cook was also with a scapper. As if I mean, can be from my corner, film cook answer.
You call it Gogo's Ghana.
Men can be from my corner, film cook answer. Comrade, minimum was answer me when I said,
yeah.
FIFA, I want to share.
Okay.
Who can sign contractor? Say, Obakusi see the young one, and yet play and corner team basis, you know. Player being so a contract now, baby, baby, no. Now, some say summer nursery, a big command, am I a ban in the cry? You know, some linkum, a big command, FIFA arbitration, a year or the share, sign my disciplinary. And I mean, back when I say, Basset team BCC. What do you call FIFA? The FIFA do see come on. If I can agogo $450,000. Some like Nansayana, Yaji Edemano. To win, me name the type of contractor as a major team natural ya. Or that who would team no more. Or causes our noma. What the because Nansay to be 4 years ago has or more Scotland.
Okay. On
players named to Omoka. The FIFA catch our money say. Was your mama on Bosomia, so one job players in the car. Players in between move work with team you or mope, Nemum, Sika Bebum, dear, Tim New Quans over GBB film. FIFA when she share or the years and your manner. Yeah. But Anna Massa can be able to say, I am a contract some more, Bobo, team any players in term. Okay. Every crana, a woman said, one to America, make me up as a Samonoma. And I see this because
I say, who could take care? Most of the clubs are Musubino. I don't so was Canosu a tiny taxi behind than you
a player of Asamaja and Caliber. The minister said, so the Kodine FIFA because I know me a sign contract. Or the old can the title Ghana players and I say, agent no do my name type on crown, any agent or mere registered agent to be a FIFA credit moment. Punch agent, not in the court. The team name himself, we are Nipa Mania de Crano. On your agent to be a same bar, and Rebbe Ednachi. But who agent Oliver Munia de Ghana or more register, FIFA Nimo Munia de on a control contract here, as some bar.
Now, as a more chance with his rich experience in football, Minister work of agent, but
I make us a contract and yes, then new Muntina and Pesman, called the Minister BBC bar. I go with Jag Zamalek, watch it. But some Quaba, FIFA was a day, I go some day, $450,000 on Famano. But somehow down with him when a Gemma be a criminal casse or down with him Mupadia. I on report to my FIFA and
show only in the crying. The last match class
last 2 matches or she go, be or she go. Now, two courses of no mass around his car. Yabudi now heard no ma people ye trouble. If you continue anymore,
computers didn't go.
It could be any
430,000
other accoutrements no inside. Good, I don't do Kuyano. Office or accoutrements, an office or
it's on office, on head office, and of course the head office general.
It can be all. Diamond be glad.
At least what kind of story we are.
But one could didn't.
But I don't say a carbon team and go from a club on the
one could didn't. Sorry, no one to say be a court to be na mass and one quite say on quiet side, you know. You was a wouldn't say Emremuno, Semedoka, now the farmer dear. What this will be a court to be a my
but what kind of stories no such a more lawyers? Some sure so lawyer be to
lawyer be to mean Casa Cossis be no man. I make say be a contract to say Yentuaka Basis and no
Tuaka, my lawyer, Mrs.
Candidate to office was at the Ejugunza.
But I'm not coach because
we are no your friend, because you are piano office about a journalist, a Santifuku, a no, a ATLFMO Cape Coast, or just a meeting on Mukoyano, a Samoajan, in a friend meeting, bar for and a boy back Andy. And I could see up here so any new office and Mukushama, Centroni Bianco, but report to the man of piece of furniture say Asumjaba. Okay. Or when you know Bia can a boss was a meeting as in Asumjaba. And Pabuana say, and quiet an intribinibia, and Munquess Nipa or Bofon on a waffy, or Fiachin Yabofono. The banners had I never was a Yequasum dream. My name, science, you did a pressure about to Tim no so. He said the Ghana for winning answer your call. Na ya mfaka hapo no amefia because the captain no problem no nekofa side no by and the dynamic was that team here interview kan so say 92 the CEO kwesi apia ni abedi pelintem no azikasare na ya preko ho ni nkwala omufi 91 kwaje Italy 91 na ba na na 17 ntino ma nkwala mo timu o that say the here ne say onam camp kwa no hia pani bi onkasa no because onu we kwa kase we kase wako camp we nti eno ne ade that is us ogidi se Ghana for be force cap na ebe compensate nsem ya abai ba meeting no makwa na emu nsem no so em say bre nsem ase kakra say kwesi apia ni we because according to Foku no kire say meeting ni mu kra no nsem bi wo ho a asamaja kasamafo no ade bi keka ya na emfiri asamoa ho nti no megidi say omakohiem no omamate omasa cheche nsem yi say ankoye na ntwibini na sumina mu jade a ye magana because bia esi ayeni na wo banase no nsem bi sebo mo kan ro ade megidi say bia ya be fa abotoye maba
okay wo mo kwaje cap no fiji team na titi na sa de ka captainship role no
10 years ago na de kwaje fi ho ba
so no na under 20 we are Black Star
so say who say ya de yen nti na man for speculate say asofo obi na kan who say sa tournament no so group stage no Ghana base e wo Ismailia
okay
group stage no Ghana, Kazakhstan, England and Uruguay and a group but we should the Kazakhstan and England be
the good news is you're born Egypt
you're born Egypt and a group stage you're born Ismailia and this is
general captain no
this is who general host na host ni na me the deputy host
okay ni fadia kan boy na yen kwa ni
na me the deputy host you know the be want to some for na chese
oh unless you breaking news
unless you breaking news
ani fadia kan boy na fa yen kwa
oza fa ma nyina che na no pay about the Nsroma so agudie mu nsem na no pay ye hwe na ye di amamo ye di aselema this sweet chocolate drink de ohia ni nsuo hye onya bia kama papa e di ma opebinom na emu asanso na special mineral water no eno so ye nsuo a onoma otum se nsuo papa na ejina mu tum se nsuo papa pa menum de obobafuno nimako na ebo a de agudie mu nsem abedan na no pay di kan na ye hwe normalization special competition adu semi finals no nim se teams akase mienu de ombehia da bia ho wonsem ensem a sisi e ba ne kotokofo kire se enhyehyia normalization for ye no o man kire se du semi finals a we do di first be won home ena sika no so do di first ne be fa 40% na do di second afa 30% e is abre aye twema mentwe kaka ni nyina mu no kotoko captain e kire se eye nkranko ade o betwa fa house of folk force
time be baha some kan Africa na ba all the same na near man kechi we ba bia kopem na near expect senke be come more than stage edure but ye ogide say etimi boy more than near stand this competition na ye the NC competition na e betimi so qualify to the Africa competition na yetimi a progress the akwa enim say the nyina say expect no but we recently has so ball very fine football but mate mark actually say Kotoko and has games no na form no entimi ontimi gina form no so unpredictable because we so right from the confederation tournament ever pim this time round na yenso a team no very good shape but ogidi say a very nice game on me fan say Thursday say we game no Accra near body by Kotoko me say yeni has be boy no Accra no na me very happy because so I follow Kotoko and has games most of the times they born Accra na victory tako the Makotoko. This time round, Mojide say enkunim de be call the Ama Santi Kotoko. The best supporters ne say omumra in their number say the abribia no mo ba be support team no.
It must important this same we have to join a normalization committee here sa competition so and I no pay Kennedy Boachansa piece of an twin komo say and some akotoko any carrela a reason into no na de can see o ho mo bo wi a omni teams and nine nyina be hia na omato 22 say na be ya can see be baso no akasakasa bia enkoba e omu ye to so a na ye ko ene ye tier 2 can see a mo de division 1 premier nyina afra no ene na matches ni e bi e baso ni nyina ye 60 matches ni nyina e baso na ba Accra Sports Stadium e has ene Anke TFC na TT Brothers HSA house for your margin so we division 1 for there ene anhwene ya e be pon house for enkoyi e ma mo
mini house boy me and Darity house never because house you say me mama me papa me so house omu say omu ba me but papa bet me awu no no go school na sabi what be who my chain and I be nya adwin chain e wo business mu chain na u bet me di papa ni nti no me feel say Yeni has no has momunso omo underrate here. Yebebo by the end of 90 minutes no ibehu team kwa obo no mode. Bet they are calling for say they should be fair officiating say will be obedi match be abo hu say your first division team and has here premier no yenya platform ni say fairness by the end of the 90 minutes no ibehu nipakwa na hum kikano ewe nim chen no me.
And the match is a say and a Mighty Jet and a Proud United and a Beshia Unistar Academy Asia Amida Sounds of Vision FC4 Ebeshia Young Wise House of Folk and Uncle T United and a Bolimina Sharks Asia Pando Heart of Lions and a Karela 4 and Nzema Kotoko and a Ebebo and a Fikutuku Royals and a Sky FC and a Ebo matches in the Bisuni Adriana and a Brekuma Snars and a Asia Ashanti Good for any Young Apostles and a Ebebo and a FC Samatex and Tamale City and Ebeshia na New Edubiasi Ebeshia so quad Deportivo Mediama for any Go Stars and Ebeshia Kotoko ni RTU and Ebebo and Afibia United and Kintampo FC and Afiwa Sunta and Nkranza Warriors and Ebebo matches and Ehuni Ewo Akansia teams in Ebo na fi Confederation Akansi no ibehu de bekwa kochina Ghana anemu yakwa manone na fi yehwe European transfer no so se de nyoma isi ewo so
Edison Cavani is a Edma Paris Saint-Germain reporter Eban HSA. A Branton